I feel like you guys are gonna flail around a lot.
We do flail.
How is that? Is that enough flail room? Like.
That's gonna be the intro. I want you to know that, like the matrixy stuff. Okay, yeah, that
Ready?
should be good.
All right.
Welcome back to Blondie and the Bald Guy. I'm Rachel.
My name is Mo. It is great that you're wearing a pattern ripped off my grandmother's couch.
I was feeling abstract today. Last week we golfed. This week we're back to our normal schedule.
Well,
I didn't really golf. I tried. I attempted.
You attempted.
Kind of failed, but it was fun.
Kind of like the Reds. You tried hard, but failed.
It's what, trying is what counts.
Yes. Often, yes.
Let's start with my favorite train wreck. Absolute favorite train wreck.
Yeah.
Johnny Football.
Johnny Football. I'm a huge Johnny Football guy.
You are?
Yeah.
I think I like him because he reminds me of Lindsay Lohan circa 2007. That summer when she was getting chased down Malibu by the cops.
That was just 2007?
Yeah, that was in 2000.
I thought that was like 2007 to maybe 2012.
Well, that was when it really all started breaking down. But he's not at that level yet, and he might turn it around. But I still enjoy the showmanship, so to speak, of Johnny Football.
I like Johnny Football, and here's why. When I was a kid, I watched a lot of professional wrestling. I don't anymore because, well, I have a high school degree. So anyway, I watched a lot of wrestling when I was a kid. I was rooting for the bad guys because the bad guys were more interesting, and I knew it was fake. I knew that these guys were just embracing bad guy roles. I knew that these guys were harmless heels. But they were more interesting because they were the bad guys were more interesting, and they played into these bad guy like personas. Johnny Football is doing that, and in sports, sometimes you need a harmless heel, like Richard Sherman of the Seahawks, willing to be the bad guy, not a bad dude, but just willing to kind of be the heavy. Johnny Football is embracing this. I'm a bad guy. I'm the heel. I'm going to flip people the bird. I'm going to go out and party. I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to, hang out with strippers. I like it. I like a guy who's willing to say, yeah, I'm the bad guy. He's willing to be Macho Man Savage. I rooted for Macho Man Savage. I didn't root for Hulk Hogan.
Okay. I mean, I like him. Like I said, he's a train wreck. It's going to be an enjoyable couple of years at least. And if he turns it around, great. He'll be an awesome quarterback. If not, we can look forward to something really salacious on TMZ with Johnny Football.
Absolutely, yeah.
Moving on to a subject close to my heart, cheerleading.
Were you a cheerleader?
I was. I was actually a national champion cheerleader.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
Wow.
We'll find that
For
footage
who?
someday.
High school?
No, a competitive team.
Competitive cheerleading?
Yes. I didn't cheer for
Oh, there's
anybody.
some nut jobs doing that, I bet. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, the Raiders have officially started paying their cheerleaders. Their cheerleaders.
Raiderettes.
The Raiderettes, yeah. So I'm kind of disappointed.
Well, wait a minute. So let me
I'm
get this straight.
kind of disappointed.
Because I really don't follow the world of NFL cheerleading. They had one of the girls sue the team, right?
Yes.
All right,
there are a couple lawsuits all along the same lines, but yes.
So they were kind of getting paid on like a per game basis, but they had to do all this stuff for free. Now they're paying California minimum wage.
Correct, which is $9 an hour.
$9 an hour to be a Raiderette.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, really, they're not a cheerleading team. That's the first thing. They're a dance team composed of models that have very questionable timing on their moves, okay? Now, the Baltimore Ravens have an amazing cheerleading team. It's a co-ed team, so there's guys on it, and they do a lot of stunts. It's a legit team.
Guys?
I think I'm personally offended by the fact that, they're causing such a fuss, these girls that are really just, one step up from girls that do the liquor modeling stuff. They're suing, and it's like, this is what you wanted. You wanted to be out on the side of the field and have a bunch of attention, have a link to your Twitter from the NFL website. That's what you wanted. It's like the psycho girlfriends that go from the hose to the housewife, but they're never really a housewife. Don't make that mistake. The NFL made that mistake. Now the cheerleaders are embedded, and they can't get rid of them, and you have to treat them like a housewife when really they're just crazy.
Here's what's going to happen. Here's my prediction. Within 3 years, there will be no more cheerleaders in the NFL.
And I support that.
Because the teams are going to go, okay.
It's not worth the trouble. It's not
Yeah.
worth the shit going through your email and like deleting you from Twitter and sleeping with your best friend. That is what's going to happen.
Does this stuff happen to you? Do you know? Speaking from a place of information?
I have to, help my guy friends through this. And I'm always like, you knew what you were going into. The NFL knew what they were going into, and now they're having to pay the price with all these lawsuits. Just get rid of it. Just be done. Move on.
This is the guy who
Find an
works.
adult
This
thing.
is the guy who works at the car wash that goes into his boss and says, "Yeah, you got to start paying me more." And the guy who works at the car wash goes, "No, I don't."
There's a lot of other people.
I can find anybody.
that will do
You're
that
not
job.
necessary. Look, I like the cheerleaders as much as anybody. They're what I would call non-essential employees.
Yeah, they don't put asses in the seats, as they
No,
say.
I've never heard anybody say, I'm going to go to the game because of the cheerleaders. They're what you call non-essential employees. It's like here when we have snow days. I have to come to work. I'm an essential employee. You got to be on the air. You have essential and non-essential employees. Let's say there was a big snow day in the NFL, and only the essential employees came. The cheerleaders wouldn't be there.
No.
So what's going to happen is all these owners are going to go, well, screw it. I'll cross that off the spreadsheet. I'll pocket the money. No more cheerleaders.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen, and you can thank the Raider Ed who sued.
Correct. All right, next.
Where's the footage of you being a cheerleader?
We'll find
Give me
it.
Give me a...
Yeah, we can't do that on video. We were kind of known for our salacious moves here north of the Mason-Dixon. That was our claim to fame, is we had the smuttiest outfits north of the Mason-Dixon. Anyway, let's move on to Pittsburgh Steelers. More Pittsburgh Steelers in trouble. This never gets old.
I love
never
it.
gets old. Okay, I'm going to slaughter both of their names.
Want me to help you?
Le'Veon Bell.
Close.
Whatever. It looks like Levon. It looks like Levon with a comma. Like,
Yeah.
Levon.
Mr.
It's
Bell.
Levon.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
Mr.
Le-
Bell.
it's Levon.
And LaGarette Blount. So they
You got him right.
Yeah. Well, that one was easy. They got picked up for marijuana possession
The guy's
yesterday.
last name is Blunt.
It's just great. They got stopped in a suburb near Pittsburgh. The cops smelled weed and then found 20 grams.
And so the one guy was drunk.
Was he?
Yeah, the one guy, I saw the story. The one guy who was driving, I don't know which, he got a DUI and possession. The other guy got possession. It was 1:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, right?
Train camp's over, right?
1:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. Dude, that's pretty hardcore, man.
It will be interesting to see what kind of penalties the NFL hands down in this situation.
Well, see,
Considering.
considering the fact that if you abuse your wife, if you treat your fiance with just utter human disregard, it's kind of just go miss a couple of weeks. Weed, they're a lot more. Roger Goodell's a lot more concerned about weed than he is, guys actually committing heinous crimes like, abusing your wife. But with the DUI and that on top of the weed, I just went at 1:30 in the afternoon. I mean, that's a good start to the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, start your weekend early, I guess, right?
1:30 in the afternoon. Look, I'm not going to say I haven't had a couple of noon pops, but 1:30 in the afternoon, blazing and drinking when you're in the middle of training camp? I don't know, man. But they're Steelers, so.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
All right. I think that's it.
Is all you have?
Yeah,
You
that's
sure
all
you
we
don't want
got.
to give me like one of those cheerleader chants?
We'll save that for another time. I might wear the uniform, though, for Halloween, so.
You still have it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we look forward to that.
All right.
You want to throw out your Twitter handle?
Yeah, it's Rachel it's at Rachel 700 WLW.
All right, well, thanks for watching Blondie and the Bald Guy on ESPN1530.com.